Hey y'all, and welcome to this week's Whiskey Wednesday. We're finally back to our regularly scheduled programming. And this week, we've got Aviator by Stoney LaRue. Now, I like this song, but I feel like I've never really sat down and listened to it, listened to the music, read the words, so I did that tonight. And one of the things I really like right off the bat is this guitar. It sounds real twangy right at the beginning. And the title Aviator is actually referring to the aviator glasses. He references them a few times throughout the song. He says that they shine, but that changes later in the song where, there could be some duality in the meaning. It seems to be a little bit about kind of freely traveling through life. He mentions the wind and the water, but in ways that kind of push you. So being downwind, being downstream, and he talks about just kind of going wherever the road will wind. So maybe that means like being carefree or taking the easy way in life because you're just kind of getting pushed along by an external force. Now, this verse kind of shakes things up and he starts talking about youth, boys playing baseball, and he talks about them like before they've had their hearts broken. So maybe this is something about like the innocence of youth. But then the aviator reference takes a turn. Now he says there's something to hide behind. So before they were something to shine, maybe like make you feel good, make you feel awesome. But now sunglasses were something to hide behind. And there's definitely some kind of like duality going on there with the sunglasses, but I can't really put meaning behind it. I don't quite follow what he's trying to say here. But I do love the electric keyboard. Right here. Yeah. So cool. And Stoney is one of those guys who does use electric keyboard in his music. Some country artists are very like traditionally focused. Like I would say like Randy Rogers has like a lot of traditional country roots. But then of course, you've got the other country artists that are very rock focused, like Co Wetzel, Austin Meade, Reed Sudall, Cody West. But Stoney has this cool like jazzy and funky feeling. And a lot of times at his shows, he has these interludes in between songs that's just this electric keyboard going with a really cool bass line. And it just brings a different feel to country music, which I definitely appreciate it. And there's one track that sticks out in my mind, Hill Country Boogaloo from his latest album, Onward, that really gives me like this kind of jazzy, funky vibes. But as Stoney gets older and his career gets longer, and as I get older, I feel like I'm falling out of favor with his music a little bit. There's just something about his shows and the albums that he puts out that doesn't make me quite as excited as some other folks. Like, for instance, I mentioned Randy Rogers earlier. He and Wade Bowen have been doing Hold My Beer, Watch This albums, and I just get excited every time those come out. They've got really good stuff on them. Or, for instance, like Casey Donahue. Casey Donahue's still putting out new music even while in quarantine. He was writing and recording. And something interesting to note, Casey Donahue is actually writing right now, preparing to release a new album. So I'll show you this post on Instagram and I'll just read you some of these lyrics. So here's what he's got for one song. She's drunk on lonely, hammered on heartache. Between her heart and that bottle, something's bound to break. At this rate, man, you'd think she'd turn and walk out that door. She's not leaving. You can't call it cheating. She's just getting even. And that's such a Casey Donahue song, if you ask me. Definitely about the bitterness of love, relationships maybe not working out. I just like the vibe and the feelings of his songs for sure. So it's always good to hear Stoney LaRue, especially an old favorite. If you haven't heard of Stoney LaRue, if you haven't listened to The Aviator, which is the title track off of that album, please go do. So that's it for this week's Whiskey Wednesday. I want to let y'all know we do have t-shirts available at dailytexascountry.com/store if you want to pick one up. Otherwise, follow us on Twitter at dailytxcountry or check the website dailytexascountry.com. Y'all take care.